Hey everybody, this is Johnny Gwynn, the producer of Agent 251. In this episode, you're going to hear Jason interview Glennda Baker. Now, the audio sounds a little different. They actually recorded it on location. We had to work some magic on the audio to make it work. But trust me, stick with it. Glennda Baker gives so much great information and wisdom that it's worth your while to listen to this show. And I want to give kudos to the new deep fryers, the Sonic Wizard, Jack Riles, for fixing this audio. I hope you enjoy the show.
Ready? Ready to rock and roll? Is that action? All right. Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Absolutely. Go. Go. Go.
Hello, everybody. It's Jason Will with
Go. Go. Go.
This is a real estate podcast, but we talk about leadership, personal growth, and becoming the best version of yourself. Leadership, check 1, 2, check 1, 2. Growth, best version of yourself.
Go.
So this is a real estate podcast. All right, Glennda.
Yes.
Welcome to the Agent 251 podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
I wanted to set the stage. We found a semi-private room off of the conference that we've been attending. It's the Perfect Life Retreat hosted by Craig Ballantyne. Sharon crushed it.
Oh.
Who was your favorite speaker?
Ooh. Well, I always love Sharon.
Yeah.
I love Sharon. Shanda Panda.
She's amazing.
Oh, my stars. Was she a Spitfire or what?
Yeah, she is amazing.
Yeah, I really enjoyed her.
And we're both in Tom Ferry coaching.
We are.
We're both, self-described conference junkies.
Yes, absolutely.
So it was really nice for me to get to hear Sharon speak because he's going to be keynoting at my event, Momentum University Conference in New Orleans. So
I can't wait.
That just reinforced the whole, he's going to have a big part in it. So,
and he was on fire.
He was.
Woo!
He is a really talented speaker.
Absolutely. Great content and great delivery.
Now let's talk about, for our audience, let's set this up and talk to them about, where you work, the market you serve, and a little bit about your business.
My name is Glennda Baker. I'm with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I work mostly northwest of the city. I live in Marietta, but we sell predominantly in Cobb and Fulton County. We do go over to a little bit to Sandy Springs and Dunwoody, but predominantly the northwest area of Atlanta. I've been in real estate 26 years.
Wow. And do you have a team?
I do. I have a team. I have 2 buyer's agents, a transaction coordinator, a marketing person, and a full-time gifting assistant.
Wow. What are you guys on track to do this year volume-wise?
Year to date, we are at 108 closed. We'll probably end up right around 130.
130 million. Wow.
No, 130 transactions.
130 transactions. So what is that volume-wise?
Probably around 60 million.
60 million. And what would you say is your superpower in the real estate business?
My genuine interest in people. My ability to remember everything about any person that I meet.
Wow. That's powerful.
Yeah, and I just have a genuine interest in what makes you tick. I've always been an extremely observant person, and just really being able to sit here with you, with anybody, and really take in what's of interest to you, I think is probably the best thing, or maybe my only superpower.
And then recall that at another meeting or another conversation,
Any moment.
And that makes people feel really special, I would guess.
Yeah, because you took an interest in them. People always want you to be more interested in them than they are in you.
That's incredible. And we are in the relationship referral business. So if you're not really interested in people, then you may have a problem.
You may have a huge problem.
Right.
I had an agent tell me, she goes, I don't want to be in real estate. I don't like people.
Yeah. And there are a lot of people that I feel like just get in it for, maybe the perception that there's fast money, easy money.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But you don't tell anybody, but I would probably do this for free.
Right.
I love the process. I love the people. I love being a valuable part of people's usually it's their largest and most significant purchase of their life.
It's interesting. I'm thinking about, you talking about how many years you've been in the business, and I bet you've seen quite a few people come and go.
Yes.
Do you think there's a commonality that you can point to with those people that they just don't make it in the business?
They think it's optional. They don't come into the office. They don't have a schedule. They don't treat it like a business. And that is the number one reason that I see people fail in real estate.
Wow, that's good. Yeah, very, passive in their approach.
Yeah, I mean, they think that the money just floats in.
And people are going to call them, go, hey, I want to buy or sell. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Yeah.
Right.
All right, so let's talk about you, because this $60+ million business that you built, super successful real estate career. We were talking outside this podcast about where all this business comes from, and you said that about 60% is from sphere of influence and past clients.
That's correct.
And that seems to be where a lot of agents struggle. I don't know the exact stat, but it's in the 90 something percentile of clients are abandoned at the closing table. And so this is where Glennda comes in, where all these clients are abandoned at the closing table in the greater Atlanta area. You just kind of, you don't let yours go.
I don't let mine or yours go.
Right.
So at closing, my name is Glennda Baker. And as a young child, I sat behind this little boy that called me Glennda Cake Baker from 2nd grade to 12th grade. Every day I'd walk in and he'd say, Glennda Cake Baker, Glennda Cake Baker, Glennda Cake Baker. And so I was at a closing, and this agent gave me a cake. She said, it was a pleasure working with you. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. And so I took that idea and decided, okay, I'm going to give my clients a cake. And so then I felt really bad because then the other party didn't have a cake. So then I did a cake for the buyer and the seller. Well, then I felt really bad giving some other agent's client a cake. So I started giving a cake to the other agent. Of course, if they didn't act up. If they acted up, they might not get a cake. And then the lender would come, and he didn't have a cake because Georgia is a closing table state. So everyone comes to one closing table. So you got the buyer, the seller, the lender, both agents, and the attorney, 5 people sitting around making small talk. And people are just, in general, nicer when you feed them.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. You give them food, they're nicer. So we would come to closing, making small talk. Somebody would be a little bit worked up about a repair that didn't get done or something. And, it all turned out okay, because at the end I was like, congratulations, welcome to your home. And we did a cake that had a picture of their house on it. And all of a sudden, everything that everybody was a little bit bent out of shape about was just evaporated. It was the most wonderful thing. The seller was so excited. It was a memory of their home that they had. The other agent was all excited. Wow, you're so great to work with, Glennda. So everybody kind of got recognized, and it really was a celebratory experience. And that's what I love about real estate. That's what I love about the closing process, is it's a celebration. The seller got to sell their home. The buyer got the home of their dreams, or maybe not the home of their dreams, maybe the home of their investment, starting their investment life. So it just made it such a great experience. And so we've had a lot of agents that have abandoned their client at the table, never reached out to them again. It didn't really matter, because I took those people under my wing. They loved me. They remembered my cake. And sometimes even like an anniversary cake, they would save parts of it and put it in the freezer and bring it out on the 1-year anniversary. I would get emails and text messages about, oh, my kid ate my face. This kid ate their bedroom. So it was really, really cool. So that's kind of what started my whole kind of relationship, gift giving, and really just honing in and connecting with that client.
That is incredible. Where do you get these cakes made?
I have a bakery in Smyrna, Georgia. I'm their number one customer.
I would imagine.
So last year, I did 500 cakes with that bakery for closings, and I did 60 cakes for homeless children.
Oh, wow.
So I have a foundation in Atlanta, Operation Birthday Cakes, that provides birthday cakes for homeless children that are housed in shelters.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yes, last year I think we did 62 cakes.
And in the 500 cakes, you're doing that many because you're giving them to pretty much everybody.
Everybody in the transaction.
Yeah. So, and I'm sure, the vendors and these lenders, and you probably
believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they post it on their Facebook or their Instagram and tag me. It's the most amazing thing. I just closed with a loan officer I'd never closed with, and she sent me a text message, and she said, "You were such a pleasure to work with. Thank you so much for the cake. I'd love the opportunity to do business with you."
It's just so simple. It's just... Okay, so walk me through this. After the closing, what's your follow-up game plan?
Okay, so you closed on your house. And at your 1 month anniversary, we sent you a little goodie box of brownies. At your 3 month, we sent you a little something. At 6 months, at 9 months, and at 12 months, commemorating the purchase of your home. But what really connects us with our clients is every monumentous occasion that they have, we recognize. You had a baby, you got a blanket with your baby's name on it.
Wow.
You graduated from high school, we sent a picture frame with the photo that your mom posted on Facebook. I had one client that just retired from the military. They had a wonderful ceremony for her. We had a high-resolution photo taken of her, framed it, and sent it, commemorating her service to our country.
So are you using social media to track your clients to see when these events are happening?
Yes. So don't be afraid. I'm not a stalker. I'm just an interested party. And really, for me, it's just the opportunity to be active in my clients' lives. I mean, we go to their weddings. We go to baby showers. I guess it was 2 Saturdays ago. I was at a wedding. And then this last week, Lucas and I were at an 80th birthday party. So we really are we're part of the family. A client sent me a Facebook message, and she said, because we sent her mother roses yesterday on her anniversary, and she said, you are part of our family. And I love it. They don't make a decision about what color to paint the house, what kind of granite to do, without thinking about me. And part of that staying top of mind. And staying top of mind is taking a genuine interest in their daily life. And really, that's all that it is.
So what if I'm an agent and I'm listening to this podcast and I'm thinking, well, Glennda, how do you find time to do all this? How do you find time to surf Facebook all the time and keep up with all your past clients? If you're doing 100-something deals a year, these clients add up.
Jason, that's a great question. But let me tell you, I've been selling real estate since 1992. And you spent an hour a day, trying to cold call and do all of these antiquated things that really now you can accomplish in seconds on Facebook and Instagram. And I can't even believe I actually get paid to be on my social media.
Right.
So for me, I'm constantly on social media. That's where people connect with me with real estate. That's where people connect with me personally. I spend probably 2 or 3 hours a day just on my social media. I screenshot that. I send it to my assistant with the card, what I want the card to say. And we have brownies, we have picture frames, we have blankets, all ready to go for that special occasion that I see.
Wow. There's an agent that I mastermind with John Chiplack, and she's from Canada, and she does similar things, but she looks for Facebook as for these opportunities.
Absolutely.
So if if she sees something where somebody's sick or somebody, they've got a loved one in the hospital or whatever the case may be, a lot of times she will bake. She'll bake a casserole and she'll just leave it on the front porch. Then she'll message her past client or her friend and say, hey, I noticed on Facebook you guys are going through a little something and thought maybe, having just a meal you could throw in the oven would help you out. She doesn't put anything, there's no, show around it. There's no dramatics around it. It's just very personal. And it's just, she gets a ton of business from it. And so this is very, very similar. Using Facebook, you're not just surfing Facebook and wasting time. You're being very intentional about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not goofing off there. And, we also do some meals for people when they're sick or, kind of out of commission. But I don't cook them. If I did, they wouldn't be safe to eat.
Right.
But we do have everything delivered. So
That's
a
funny.
company that we work with that does deliver meals as well.
What else is there? Is there these touches via email and phone as well?
Oh yeah. I love to talk on the phone. But my favorite thing is FaceTime. I love to FaceTime people because I want to see them. And so it's so funny. Sometimes I'll call my client and they'll put the FaceTime to their ear. So I'm actually seeing their ear.
They don't get it.
They don't realize that it's their face I'm supposed to be looking at. So, because, I deal with clients that are, 25, and I deal with clients that are 85.
Right.
So it's so funny. But my favorite thing is video and FaceTime, and I love that.
Okay. So if I'm an agent, a lot of our listenership is, agents that they're trying to make it in the real estate business. So I'm listening to this, and I'm thinking, that's way too intrusive. I mean, I'm coming up with all these excuses that agents typically do. Is that kind of your go-to thing? I mean, you want to go FaceTime versus just the call? Is that pretty much your instinct?
I want to do that. I want to see you. And I always say, oh, my stars, Gene Fallon, I'm so happy to see your pretty face. And when I call my friends, when I call my clients, they love it. They know if it's FaceTime Glennda that I meant to do that. Like, they know. They're expecting that from me.
It's really interesting, too, because at the last Team Plus event, Tom Ferry said he evolved his position on video from video first to video only. And this is something that maybe you would not connect that dot. Like, oh, well, we need to be doing, because we know video text, but I'm not sure that agents out there would go, oh, FaceTime, that's so simple and yet so brilliant. But just to set the record straight, you're not getting negative feedback on it. People aren't, there's not a lot of chatter going, oh, Glenda's trying to FaceTime me again. I can't stand it.
They can always decline me.
Right.
They can always decline you. They can always send you a text message. Can't talk, call me later, or I'll call you later. But it's almost kind of expected from me. I think that people kind of know what you're about, and they know if you're a texter, they know if you're an emailer, they know I'm a FaceTimer. And I just love it. People do business with people they're familiar with, and the way they get familiar with you is by seeing you, period.
And they say, that belly to belly is the most effective.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, and the next best thing would be call him on the phone. Well, actually, the next best thing would probably be FaceTime.
Exactly.
That's a brilliant tip. I still think a lot of people are going to be scared to death to do it, but they're crazy if they don't. Let's
just do this. Let's just try it out on the 5 people that like you.
Right.
Just FaceTime the 5 people that that actually like you.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Okay? And then kind of expand, like a little ripple effect.
And has there ever been something negative that has come out of this communication?
No. I get more negative feedback from text messages. Like, I got this agent today. She goes, you need to call me. I don't like your tone. It's a text message. There is no tone.
Right.
Text message and email is for information, not communication.
Oh, wow.
That's what
That's
I tell
a good
people.
nugget. Yeah.
So yeah, I want to FaceTime you means I want to get to know you better.
So how do you decide what is the frequency by which we're making these touches with the phone?
I touch everybody every 90 days at a minimum. But if you posted something on Facebook that your kid graduated, your kid made all A's, you got married, you found the man of your dreams, I picked up the phone and called you, FaceTimed you, and said, tell me all about it. I want to know. Tell me all about it.
How many people are in your database?
Okay, tier 1, which is the people that I call all of the time that I'm in communication with, just a little over 400.
Okay. So do you have certain days of the week that these past client communications are happening?
No, this is my goal. I talk to 10 people every day that I know. Those are my past clients. I talk to 10 people every day that I want to know. So I've identified you as somebody that I want to know. For sale by owner, expired, somebody in the community, somebody that, I may be able to add value to, somebody that may be able to add value to me. So somebody that I want to know. And I talk to 10 people that I don't know that I'm not expecting to talk to. So every single day I'm going to talk to 30 people about real estate.
I think there could be a very positive thing with the mindset about the way you just frame that, people that you want to know, that you don't know that you want to know.
Right.
So I think that would make it easier if an agent had that approach to the call, because we know agents are scared to death of the telephone.
Do you know, I'll tell you, as crazy as it sounds, and my son, he goes, I think every person who is a top producer has some sort of narcissism. Because how can you be a top producer and not think a lot about yourself? I think everybody wants to talk to me. I think everybody that I talk to, I can help. It's my intention. I lead with any person that I talk to, how can I bring value to you? Sharon says, don't interrupt the silence if you don't have anything to add to the conversation.
That's good.
I always want to bring value. If I can't bring you any value, I just need to zip my mouth. So for me, when I'm making my phone calls, I'm excited because I'm thinking the person on the other end wants to talk to me. I think that a lot of agents get in their own head and they're like, I don't want to call the for sale by owner. I don't want to call the expired. I don't want to cold call. I don't want to door knock because those people don't want to talk to me. I'm going to make you a great deal of money. I'm going to help you find the home of your dreams. You want to talk to me. So as narcissistic as it may sound, as crazy as it may sound, I lead every conversation with, I know you can't wait to talk to me.
It must work because
I'm here with you.
Yeah. Do you time block for these calls?
I do. So I do 50 minutes on the phone and 10 minutes of break. 50 minutes on the phone, 10 minutes of break. And typically that is 9 to noon.
9 to noon.
Mm-hmm.
5 days a week, 3 days a week?
Every day.
Every
7
day.
Days.
7 days a week.
7 days.
Your time, is this on? You're time blocking 7 days a week.
7 days. For me, when I'm not working, I'm not working. So for me to work 7 days, 2 or 3 hours in the morning, it's okay because when I go to Italy, I'm not going to pick up the phone. When I go to my kids' soccer game, I'm not going to pick up the phone. When I'm hosting my daughter's baby shower, I'm not going to pick up the phone. I don't look at my phone. I don't respond to text messages. I don't check email. When I'm with my family, I'm with my family. So calling 7 days a week, those are just hours in my life. I don't look at it like, oh, I'm only going to work Monday through Friday, or I'm only going to call 5 days a week. I'm working on hours. I want hours in the week that I can live by, that I can provide for my family, that I can make money. And that's 7 days a week.
Okay. How many vacations or trips or are you very intentional about your time off?
Absolutely. So I take 6 to 8 weeks off a year.
Okay. Yeah, because I interviewed Jill Biggs not too long ago, and she said every 4 to 6 weeks she's gone.
Yeah.
But she works her face off. It's 7 days a week.
When I'm here, I'm on. Very similar.
And the other thing I would point out is that I could be off base here, but it seems like you enjoy what you do.
Oh, I love it.
So it's not work.
Do it for free.
Right. It's not work.
I am honored. You know, I barely graduated from high school. I'm convinced the only reason I graduated from high school is because they were tired of seeing my mother. I mean, literally, I just barely got through high school. For someone to trust me with their largest investment, for someone to seek my counsel to help them, I'm so honored. Sometimes I'm still like in the floor, but I'm so honored that it is a joy to me. I mean, I never ever wake up. My family will tell you, I wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. I jump out of my bed, and the first thing that I think about is, what house am I going to sell today? Who am I going to help today? I never ever say, oh my gosh, I cannot move. I cannot stand. I do not want to think about it. Even the people that choose not to work with me, or for whatever reason, the people that I can't help, even those people I'm excited about helping. Because I know that if maybe I'm not the right person, maybe I can help them in some other way.
Has it always been that way?
Yes.
Is there any hope for somebody that it's not transactional, that it is somewhat relational?
Ask me the question again.
So let's say I'm just in this business. It's just a means to an end. I'm just about getting that, the end result of the transaction, just about getting that check. Because I imagine, like, your clients, this translates, it transcends. They can feel it. They can feel that you're passionate about it, that you're genuinely interested in it. But we see, I think, right now, more people are getting in the real estate industry than they have, since before the crash. And a lot of those people are doing a really bad job, which creates a lot of opportunity for us and our teams. But is there a way for somebody to have a change of heart, or do you think you either have this passion for people and serving, or you don't?
That's a great question. I'll tell you, I don't think that you can make it in this business without loving people, without loving the business. The business, honestly, is just too difficult. This is not sparkles and sunshine every single day. If you can't handle stress and pressure well, I think it's difficult over the long haul. Can you jump in and jump out when the market is good and make some money? Absolutely. But over the long haul of a career in real estate, I think it's difficult to do anything that you're not in love with.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would probably those that know you would know differently. But there's probably some people that don't know you all that well, agents I'm speaking of, and they go, because, people can't see you right now, but you're very glamorous. And they're just like, oh, everything comes easy to Glennda. And when I'm meeting with a new agent, male or female, I always say that, the agent that you see that's wearing the nice clothes, has the nice jewelry, is in the Porsche, she's either got a wealthy family, or she's married to somebody wealthy, or she's the hardest working, most passionate about whatever she does person you've ever met in your life. And you just hit it on the head that real estate is really hard.
It is really hard. It is pressure filled. And it's even more difficult today than it was in 1992 when I started.
Let's explore that for a second. What do you mean by that?
I mean, used to...
More competitive?
Well, but used to, you had to use a real estate agent. Like, almost everybody used a real estate agent. I mean, you may try to sell your house for sale by owner for a second, but you weren't successful at doing that.
Right.
Everybody used a real estate agent. And whatever I told you, you believed. If I told you your house was worth $500,000, you were like, okay, it's worth $500,000. Now, there's so many different options of how to sell your home, who to sell your home with, how much is your home worth? What are you going to do? Everybody can put it on the internet.
Right.
And so really articulating your value as a real estate professional is more difficult today than it's ever been. Bringing your package of value, and when you're working, especially as a listing agent, you're selling a very intangible item. You haven't sold the house, so you're selling yourself. It's very, very difficult to convince a seller, hey, I'm worth 3, 4, 5, 6% of the sales price, and then and show them why and how. The best real estate agents are worth their value because they know who's going to buy your house, number one. They know how much they're going to pay for it, number two. And they can negotiate the best terms for you, number three. That is what a real estate agent's value is. Anybody can find 123 Banana Street on the internet. But finding the right buyer, negotiating the best terms, and knowing how much that house should sell for, that is expertise like a sharpshooter. That not everybody has that. And I see that all of the time, every day in business, when agents bring offers on my listings, when we sell other listings for agents. I think about, getting you past the appraisal, getting you the highest price per square footage. This is not for the weak at heart. This is real. This is people's equity. I look at people who use their friend or their neighbor or their cousin who's been in real estate 3, 4, 5 days, months. And my level of expertise is so far superior, but you don't know because you're dealing with your cousin. And to be able to articulate that value to you and show you that proof piece, that's where I come in.
God, that's good. And we talked, earlier about why, the majority of these agents that are getting in the business, that are flooding the business, will not last, and how many people you've seen come and go over the years. That's one thing that I see. They just don't take the time to invest in product knowledge, market knowledge, any knowledge, unless somebody says, hey, I'm looking at a house on 123 Banana Street, and then they start looking at comps and doing that stuff.
Or connections. A career of 26 years builds you credibility, street cred in the business. Appraiser. The appraiser comes knowing how to work with the appraiser to get your seller the most money per square foot in a neighborhood that hasn't sold at that square footage. That's an art. But when you've been in every house in the neighborhood, you can speak intelligently about every single house in the neighborhood. You can go over the characteristics and why this lot is worth more. Those are not things that somebody entering the business with 3 months, 2 years experience, plus the appraiser doesn't know them from Adam's house cat.
Right.
When you've walked through I'm selling 100, 150, 200 houses a year. And that appraiser is passing through my doors 6, 7, 10, 20 times a year. They're calling me, asking me what I think the value is.
Right. That's a very good point.
That's not value that you can find on the internet. So some online service isn't going to be able to tell Bill, the appraiser, why this house with the master bedroom on the main is worth more, because 46% of the people who live in this neighborhood are over 62 years of age, and they want a master bedroom on the main floor. Some online service doesn't know that. I know that, because real estate isn't online. Real estate is on site, no matter how far we go with the internet and real estate. it's always going to be on site. There's no replacement for that.
And it's really, you're a problem solver.
Absolutely.
All of this experience, we're learning, we're constantly learning. I'm sure you don't know everything there is to know about real estate. You probably get like, oh, this is kind of new, never seen this happen. But you're able to draw on your past experience to go, well, I think this is the way we can solve it. We can get to some resolution here through this path.
Well, you're right. I don't know everything. But what I don't know, I know where to find the answer.
Right.
Number one. And number two, I think that has been another critical key to my success is that I never, ever want to stop learning. Just like you said in the beginning, we're conference junkies. The thirst to learn, some people just don't have that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get better every day. I want to learn more. I want to soak in more knowledge. I want to expand my brain. I want to expand every single bit of knowledge and learning that I can. I want to exploit it for the benefit of me and my clients. So I'm trying to get every bit of information. So no, I don't know everything, but what I don't know, I know where to find the answer, or I know how to find the answer.
Well, most agents in the industry, it is a supplemental form of income.
Oh, yeah.
So they're part-time agents. So they're not constantly learning or being faced with new problems to try to find solutions for. So if they're doing a few deals a year, when a deal starts falling apart, they just think it's just to let it go.
Yeah.
There's nothing else they can do.
Absolutely. Last Friday, we closed 6 deals on Friday. We sold more houses on Friday than the average agent sells in a year. And
That's insane. It's a lot of houses.
It's a lot of houses. Of those deals, we had one where the appraisal had come in short. We had one where the toilet from the upstairs unit had fallen through because of a leak. We had another one where the ice maker had leaked and ruined all of the hardwood floors on the main level.
And all these deals closed.
And all of them closed without the seller taking a bath, without the seller taking 1 penny less.
How in the world did that happen?
It's the ability to negotiate through the problem, to be able to solve the problem, to be able to keep everybody in the boat and focused on the end zone.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, we were discussing, because you are a SOI master. We kind of got off on several bunny trails here, but I think they were really, really worthwhile. But to kind of circle back and get back on track, and I'm sure we'll bunny trail again. But so do you have a full calendar of events that you do?
Oh, we do. So what day is it? It's like November something.
Yeah. So we're heading into the holidays.
So we have pie pick. So we just finished our pumpkin patch, and we have a professional photographer at every event. We do high resolution photos for all of our clients. So we just finished our pumpkin patch. We'll do our pie pickup, where we do pecan, apple, or pumpkin pies for all of our clients to pick up at our office for Thanksgiving. We do the Jingle Jog, which is where we support our local elementary school, the physical ed department.
Right.
And support their 5K and provide all the bottled waters for that. Then we have Sweets with Santa, where we bring Santa into the office and have him come and take professional photos with all of our clients. And then we have our client appreciation party. And that finishes out the year. And then we start 2019 really strong with our Super Bowl pop buys, where we pop by with beer, popcorn, and footballs.
Wow. You're going to people's homes?
Yeah. We'll go Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday before the Super Bowl and drop those off.
Wow. And it's gotten to be just something people expect.
Yeah, they can't wait to see us. They know. And it's funny because, we do Girl Scout cookies. So we know who likes Thin Mints and who likes those tag-along things and who likes the Samoas. And it's funny because if they don't have their Girl Scout cookies on the release day, we're getting text messages. Hey, Where's my Girl Scout cookies?
I mean, and just knowing what flavor they like, they're like, oh, Glennda remembers.
Yeah, we have every single thing. Every single thing. Copious notes about everybody.
Well, I was watching a video that Kyle Whistle put out a while ago, earlier this year, and he was talking about the questions that they ask their clients. I mean, they know what their favorite flower is.
Yeah.
So if God forbid there is a death in the family or anything, if it's romantic or if it's tragic, they're sending the appropriate flower. They know their favorite candy, their favorite pizza place, just everything.
Yeah.
And they're doing the same thing. They're surfing, the Facebook to see what's going on, and but they know, he'll send somebody. If somebody comes to town that is a favorite music group, he'll send 2 pairs of tickets to that group to the clients that love that band, and that's so personal.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have a client that we just sent to the Atlanta United game. That's our soccer team.
Yeah.
In the playoffs. And so we have great tickets, SunTrust Club tickets. And so I told her, I said, make sure you go early and you stay late. Have player meet and greet. And that's all over her Facebook page.
Right.
But what was so exciting for me was like Colleen, her daughter, who's 11, who's like an avid club level soccer girl. She got to meet the players. So for me, it wasn't about getting the recognition on Facebook. It was about Colleen getting to see the players.
Right.
So it was so awesome.
Well, what is that? Does that round everything out? Is that your entire SOI package?
Like events?
Just from a whole. So we've gotten, just to kind of recap where we're at.
Yeah.
So you've got...
So our gifting.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of gifting for all of our past clients in Sphere of Influence. So you sent me a referral to a client. We acknowledge behavior, not result. So you sent me a referral. We immediately sent you a thank you gift. And so then when we closed, we sent you another thank you gift because we want to know that we appreciate you thinking of us. So our SOI and our past client, we want to make sure that they know that we're thinking about them. So we always send them brownies, blankets, picture frames, professional photography. We have our photographer go to the house and take pictures after we close. So they have that, a picture of their home, them in their home for their Christmas card. And then we do all of our events where that they come to. So we do 4th of July, which is really big for us. We live on a golf course in a golf course community, and they have fireworks. So we go down. We have a Glennda Baker chair that everybody gets to take and goes down to the golf course and watches all the fireworks. We have barbecue and a DJ and a bartender and our professional photographer, of course, and they take the chair home with them. But we have amazing, we sponsor all the concert series in our little town. So in the summertime, they have 3 little concerts and the birthday celebration. We sponsor all of that with bottled waters, all the 5K runs in our town. Just really giving back to all of the public service. So we sponsor the police and fire department, all of the bottled waters that they use throughout the year. And really just kind of in the community, we do a lot with the schools. So we just donated umbrellas so the teachers don't have to stand in the rain for a carpool line.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
The kids out in Glennda Baker umbrellas.
That's brilliant. All right, so I'm an AMAS agent. I don't do much business. I'm very skeptical, and I just I say, Glennda's making all this money, and I'm sure you have a lot of vendor support that come in on some of these special events, and because they want to help sponsor too. But I'm just saying, I don't make enough. I'll never get there. I just can't afford to do all this great stuff that she's doing. But I'm assuming at one point in your business, maybe you didn't have all these resources and all these connections. What can just the average agent do to make themselves memorable to their clients?
Okay, so when I first started in real estate and I didn't have any money, I started with Cocktail Club. So you, my client, brought a drink and an appetizer to my house. And I had a drink and an appetizer, and everybody brought a drink and an appetizer to share. And we had like potluck cocktail club. And so that was kind of my first way to kind of see that everybody loved this. And then I used to live in a cul-de-sac, and I did kicking back in the cul-de-sac parties every Friday night, where everybody brought their own drink and everybody brought an appetizer to share. And I would make homemade ice cream. Well, technically I didn't make it. Somebody made it. Made homemade ice cream. And so there's a lot of ways to do client events where you're not paying for having thousands of dollars of paying for stuff. What they really want is to spend time with you, and they really want you to take an interest in them. I do everything in my home because it's about real estate. I want them to feel like they are my friend. They are my friend. These are not just my clients. These are my friends. They come into my home. They use my bathroom. They drink my drinks. They eat my food. I love that. I don't have a huge family, so I probably have used them as my family. Probably that's
Right.
why I love it. So
That's awesome.
But you don't have to have money. I was very, 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 very poor at 2 times in my career. When I first started in real estate, and then I had been in real estate about, I guess I've been in real estate about 10 years. About 10 years, and went through a divorce and was really, really tight with money. I used to feed my kids Panda Express because all 3 of us could eat for $12. And so me and my son and my daughter, Victoria, we could all eat for $12 at Panda Express. So we had that like 3 times a week. That and Stouffer's frozen food. And so, but still, I always had a client event where everybody brought potluck, they brought an appetizer, they brought a drink to share, and everybody just loved it. And really, they would say, now, how do you know Glennda? What house did Glennda sell you? We love Glennda. And so it made me feel great, and they loved being at my home. So you can do client events with not much money, and you can do all of the gifting with not much money as well, because I have to pay for it because I'm a terrible cook.
Right.
So if you're like your friend,
That's so funny.
you could bake the brownies, you could bake the cookies, you could bake the cakes, and it's a very, very small cost to think about. Here is something that you've made from your heart and given to your client, and people automatically feel more connected to you when you're giving them something of food or something for their family.
Gosh, that's good. So have we covered it all in terms of your sphere of influence and past client nurturing and magic?
We've covered a lot, I think.
That's a lot of good stuff, a lot of really good tips.
Do you have any questions I haven't answered?
Well, I did. What about the other 40% of your business? Where is that coming from real quick?
Well, I do a lot in my farm. Because I kind of apply my same SOI, past client, to my farm areas. I do Wine Wednesday, and I'm about to start a series called Cocktails and Conversations because
Ooh, I love that.
I can't really figure out like how all these people live in a neighborhood and don't know each other.
Right.
So, like Jane... So I'll give you a great example. Jane and Bruce and Vera have all lived in the neighborhood for 40 years. And they don't know each other.
That's wild. How is that possible?
Well, there's 1,600 houses
Oh, wow.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah, that's a lot of houses.
But if you've lived there for 40 years, for God's sakes, did you not meet them? So, and they all have kids all about the same age. So that's so weird to me. So what I decided was I'm going to do conversations and cocktails. And for the people that are a little bit older that are afraid to drive or come out at night, we're going to do it during the daytime a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to have a little shuttle for them. So if you want to come, you just give us a call or send us an email or text message, and we'll even come pick you up and bring you to the conversations and cocktails.
And it's just basically
talking about what's going on in the neighborhood and just having a little cocktail and appetizer.
So simple and so good. And this is going to be at your house?
Everything's at my house.
Everything's at your house.
Everything is at my house. I really feel strongly that that's key because you want to see people want to see you in your home. It's all about houses.
It's also very personal. I mean, it's just you're welcoming them in as family and friends.
Yeah, and our tagline is, we provide the backdrop, you create the memories. And really, your home is the backdrop to the memories of your life. I mean, think about all of the photos you've taken on your stairs, in front of your fireplace, at your front door. Really, we want to conjure up that vision, that image in everybody's head. We want you to see yourself in a home. That's why we don't have it at some random park or some random club or some random hotel or some random banquet space, because it's about home.
I'm just assuming your husband has totally bought into this.
Do you know what? It is so funny. My husband is hilarious. And he stands back and watches the Glennda show.
Yeah.
And loves it.
That's awesome.
I think that, he is a hoot. He's very quiet, very reserved, but he loves the fact that I just love being a real estate agent.
So good. Well, I want to circle back.
Okay.
And just, if people in the greater Atlanta area want to get involved in your foundation, because we just kind of really skimmed over that, but it seems really, really awesome. So is there a way for people to get involved, to donate? Yeah. How can they help?
So I don't accept money. The only thing that I ask for are plates, napkins, candles, and forks, because we provide all of that in addition to the cake.
Oh, wow.
So the shelter doesn't have to incur the expense for those items. So the only thing that we ever take donations for are for the plates, the napkins, the candles, and the forks. So if anybody would like to donate those, they can reach out to me. I'm very easy to find. It's Glennda Baker, Glennda Baker, on all social media, and it's Glennda at glennda.net. 2 N's. My dad's name was Glenn. My name is Glennda.
I love it. And so they go to your website, if they want to call or text you, your number, everything's very easy to see all your contact information.
Everything. My husband says I'm the most unanonymous person in the world.
And I guess it would go without saying that, whatever they want to buy in the greater Atlanta area or in your specific areas that you serve, you're just not like the condo queen or golf course property specialist.
Do you know what? We help people with $900 rentals. We help people with $1 million houses and everywhere in between. It's not about, where is the house? How much is the house? It's how can we help you?
So good. This has been awesome. Thank you so much. Just so the audience knows, we've had a full 2 days of conference time, and our brains are a little bit fried, and we're tired, and we're ready to go have a little rest and relaxation. You made time to come do this podcast, which is awesome. So, Glennda Baker, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited. Thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I want to encourage you to go to MomentumUniversity.com and check out the real estate conference that we're going to be hosting in New Orleans, Louisiana, April 11th and 12th of 2019. This is a real estate conference started by agents for agents. We've got the most incredible lineup of speakers you've ever seen at a real estate educational event. It's going to be awesome. It's also going to be on the backs of the French Quarter Fest. So come make a weekend out of it. Let's collaborate, network, and take our businesses to the next level. Get your tickets today at MomentumUniversity.com.
This show has been paid for and powered by JWRE, Jason Wilt Real Estate. You can find Jason, Diana, and the whole JWRE team on the internet and Facebook. Everybody have a great and productive and happy week.